This video is about 2-8 problem solving, multi-step problems. So in this lesson, we will be solving word problems that require us to do more than one step in order to get to our final answer. So we will use cubes that we used previously in topic 2 to help us understand these word problems better. So as I read through it, I'm going to do the first step of cubes, which is circle the important numbers. A children's show is on for 2 hours each weekday. On Saturday and Sunday, it is an hour longer. I'm going to circle an hour because that means 1. It's an hour longer than during the week. How many hours is the show on each week? So next, I'm going to underline the question, how many hours is it on each week? And box any important keywords. How many hours? That's telling me that I need a total number of hours. Although they didn't say that, I can understand that from the words that are given here. I can eliminate what I don't need, but actually there's nothing that's really too unnecessary here. So now I can solve and see if it makes sense. A couple other strategies that we will use in this lesson is to either make a chart of what you have and what you need to know, so what I know and what I need to know, or draw a picture. So I'm going to do both here so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I want to know what I have in terms of information and what I need. This is really messy, sorry. So I know that for the weekdays, which I need to go ahead and think what are weekdays, that would be Monday through Friday. It's on for 2 hours. And then I know that Saturday and Sunday, it's on for an additional hour. And I need to know the total for Monday through Sunday. So one thing that I could do is kind of draw it out. If this is my week, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So each weekday it's on for 2 hours. And on the weekends, it's on an hour longer. So if it's on 2 hours during the week, it would be +1 on the weekend, which is 3. So now I could either figure out the total for the weekend and the total for the weekdays and then add it up, or I could add up all these numbers in all, whatever you decide. I find it easier to break it down because then I can use some multiplication. For example, for the weekdays, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekdays, so I can do 2 times 5 equals 10. And for the weekends, I can do 3 times 2 equals 6. So for the weekdays, it's on 10 hours, and on the weekend, it is on 6 hours, and now I can add that up to get my final answer of 16 hours. So the show is on for a total of 16 hours each week. And that's a pretty reasonable number. If you got something like 5 million, that would not be reasonable because there aren't even 5 million hours in a week. But this 16 hours is pretty reasonable. We're going to look at one more problem together. Nate has a $5 bill and a $10 bill. He spends $2.50 on a smoothie and $2 on a muffin. How much does he have left? I'm going to go through and circle my important numbers, underline my question, and box any important math words. Left is important because that tells me I'm going to be doing some sort of subtraction somewhere in here. And there's nothing that I really need to eliminate here. If they had added something like it took him 30 minutes to buy these items, that would be extra and unnecessary. But there's nothing that's too unnecessary here, so now we can solve and see if our answer makes sense. Again, I'm going to make a have and need chart. So what info do I have and what do I still need to find out? I know that he has $5 and $10 and he spends, so I'm going to put a subtraction sign because spending is taking money away. He spends $2.50 and he spends $2. So I need to know what is left. And it might also be helpful for me to know the money he starts with. So how much did he have in all? And it might be helpful to know the total that he spent because he bought 2 different things. So if I know how much he spent in all, it will help me. You could draw a picture here if you would like. Your picture could be really anything. It doesn't have to be a box, kind of rectangular picture, one that looks like this that we've been doing for these, since it's just to help you. For this one, I think my have and need chart is helpful enough for me, so I'm going to stop right here and go ahead and get solving. I'm going to figure out what he started with and the total that he spent. So he started with $5 and $10, which is a total of $15. So he starts with 15, and he spends $2.50 and $2, which is a total of $4.50. Let me write that down. And now I can go ahead and put those things together in order to figure out how much he spent in all. I need to clear myself some space here. Or how much he has left in all, I'm sorry. So he had $15, and he spends $4.50. When we're trying to figure out how much is left, now I need to do my subtraction to figure out my final item here on this right-hand need column. 0 minus 0 is 0. I can't do 0 minus 5, but 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 4 is 0. And 1 minus nothing is 1. I can bring down my decimal point, and now I have my final answer. He ends up with $10.50. Let's think, does this make sense? Well, he starts with $15 and he spends about $5. $2.50 plus 2 is about $5. So 15 minus 5 would be $10. So this is reasonable because it fits my estimate. I want you to go ahead and use cubes to try this problem. You might also draw yourself a little picture or use a have and need chart like I did in the last few examples. But I want you to tell me the answer to this problem. Eli saved $30 in July, $21 in August, and $50 in September. He spent $18 on movies and $26 on gas. How much does he have left? Write your answer and any work that you do on your blue sheet. You don't have to write this problem down, but you can if you would like. Good luck.